I'm gonna come sit in your lap. How's it going, man? Good to see you, man. You're looking sexy. Hey, how's the revolution going? You guys starting the revolution?
We are indeed, Alex. The revolution is afoot. Welcome to the Young Turks.
The overthrow of America is not.
I am going to restore American democracy along with progressives and conservatives in this country.
All right, well, I gotta tell you, I am really, really proud to be here with you. It's good to meet you in person. How are you guys doing?
We're doing okay.
You like all our Hillary for Prison shirts everywhere?
No, I kind of despise it.
What shirt's is the best thing for you, sir?
You haven't seen, oh my God, you didn't see me? I don't exist, you didn't see me. Anyways.
It's Alex Jones! Oh my
Look
God!
at this new shirt for you right here.
It's Alex
rape.
Jones!
It's Bill Clinton that says rape.
Alex
Oh God, I gotta be, that's the big no-no. The Roger Stone's paying for
You
it.
want to take my show over? I'll take your show.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, you know what? Who does this kind of shirt? First of all, sick guy. Second of all,
Bill Clinton's not a rapist, folks.
No, you know who's accused in
Get
court
it, Stone,
papers?
come on.
You know who's accused in court papers of being a rapist?
Donald
J.
J.
Trump. By Donald Trump, Roger Stone.
He's still not
It's in court papers.
Oh, yeah?
You're a sick dude, Roger Stone.
Hey, I'm gonna run off with you right now.
You assault me all the time. You never give me a chance to respond.
I should give you a job. A job.
We'll share, we'll share the mic.
You're a
Come on in.
sick man, Roger
come on.
Stone.
You're a liar.
Roger,
No, you're the world's
Well,
biggest
get him in
liar.
there. Get him in there.
Didn't you admit that you lied?
So in case you don't know who the Young Turks are, allow me to explain using a great description courtesy of Encyclopedia Dramatica. The Young Turds was once a news show, watched by liberals before liberal became synonymous with regressive crybaby. Nowadays, it is the BuzzFeed of YouTube, except with somehow even more biased content. The chief of the show, Cenk Uygur, is an aggressive loudmouth who got fired from MSNBC because he felt he had to preach his obnoxious, outdated views to the masses. Other hosts include a slut, an MST3K reject, and even more regressives, doing their damnedest to not let any facts slip through their bias. While this description includes some ad hominems, it is still mostly valid. So before we get into the present Young Turks, let's look at how their new show all began. I'm going to go through this fast as there isn't much interesting points or important information. So the show started off as a radio talk show program in 2002 by Cenk Uygur. Cenk is a liberal Democrat who doesn't care about facts even though he claims to be objective and fair. He is clearly biased and doesn't even know how to have a proper, mature debate despite having a law degree.
I don't. First of all, nobody goes to your movies anyway. So
Oh, really?
why would you?
Oh, yeah.
Who would bother to block it?
Oh, really? Cenk,
Like,
Cenk.
who's going to take out a
Cenk.
Saturday night to go to a movie
Okay.
to block?
How many
If it
people?
was a real movie, we might block.
How many people? Seems to me that you bashed Hillary. Now you're trying to back off a little bit. Are you saying that Trump, an unknown quantity, is more dangerous than a known crook?
So, first of all, Dinesh, you keep calling her a crook, but you just got out of jail.
So give me a moment to say what happened. So
He's going to need a moment.
I mentioned earlier I was an immigrant. It's a peculiarity of the immigration process that you leave your country and you kind of walk on this tightrope between two buildings. You leave India, you come to America, and in some point you're in no man's land. You don't belong over here, you don't belong over there. When I landed as a freshman at Dartmouth, I made a small group of friends, about 8 of us, and we became, in a sense, family. We became my surrogate family in the United States. Fast forward 25 years. One member of this group was running for the US Senate in New York. And so she was imploring me in 10 different ways to help her campaign. And I was running around promoting my movie and doing this and speaking. I couldn't do it. So I felt really bad. And so what I did was I told 2 of my friends, give her $10,000 and I will reimburse you. This is not allowed under the campaign finance laws. I exceeded the campaign finance laws. Now, no American in our history has ever gone to prison for doing what I did. Why? Because the campaign finance laws are about corruption. And corruption means you're trying to buy favors. You're telling the candidate, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. I didn't even tell the candidate. She didn't even know I did this for her. And I was doing it to help a friend. So this is a really good example of how Cenk, He knows Hillary is a crook. He knows she buys and sells favors. He knows that the Clintons would sell pardons to people who would give them hundreds of millions of dollars in exchange. There's no comparison between that and my case. Super dumb. People who do super dumb things without trying to be corrupt don't go into the lockup. You know this. So let me ask you this.
You have all these conspiracy theories, but you know who else has a dozen FBI agents pursuing her? Hillary Clinton. So it's not like the Obama team's like, no, not Hillary. They have a dozen FBI agents pursuing her as they pursued you. So where's the bias? There's no bias. That is their nominee.
All right.
You should give them credit. You say it right here on the record, President Obama is incredibly fair. So if you've got people who are corrupt, that's exactly what I fight against.
As you can see, Cenk is full of insults and personal attacks. Whenever Dinesh brought up a legitimate question to Cenk, all he would do was dodge the question instead of actually answering it in a mature way. He just mocked Dinesh and always resorted to ad hominems rather than actual good political debate. Cenk is also full of shit when he says the Democrats have no bias towards Hillary Clinton. Now I know the DNC emails were leaked before this debate happened, but Cenk knew full well that the DNC was in favor of Hillary Clinton. He made videos before that talking about how Bernie was screwed in New York. All he's doing is being disingenuous to everyone there. But it's not a surprise considering he's a liberal. We will discuss Cenk more a little later. Along with Cenk, there are many other hosts, like Anna Kasparian, a biased liberal who doesn't care about facts like Cenk. There's Jimmy Dore, possibly the most unfunny stand-up comedian on the face of the earth.
How could you be considered poor if you have the ability to warm up a Hot Pocket? You're going to tell yourself that you're poor when you are 90 seconds away from popcorn? Oh, if I didn't fucking fuck up the 90 seconds.
Oh, and he likes to spit on people's face. I want to know how they barely have any videos discussing anything to do with Hillary Clinton or how the DNC rigged the primary election. Scrolling through their videos, it's rare to find anything that talks about the corruption of the Democratic Party. Instead of actually talking about important issues, they only focus on Donald Trump and talk about irrelevant, useless stories that don't even matter. Could teaching BDSM and sex ed reduce rape? Really? This is just a small reason the Young Turks have no credibility. One of the biggest factors that hurts their credibility is the loudmouth, arrogant host who created the show, Cenk. This is a guy who fulfills all of the liberal requirements. First, can't have a reasonable, mature discussion without being emotional.
He has done community service as part of his sentence. And come to find out, oh my God, not all Mexican immigrants are parasitic. So Dinesh, I want to give you credit for that. You've got a nice open mind about us. Tell us about that experience where you began to see that maybe not everyone from a certain race might be parasitic.
Second, lies about being fair and objective.
An FBI agents pursuing her as they pursued you. So where's the bias? There's no bias. That is their nominee.
All right.
You should give them credit. You say it right here on the record, President Obama is incredibly fair. If you've got people who are corrupt, that's exactly what I fight against.
Third, doesn't understand the Second Amendment.
And the fact that the Supreme Court read the first half of the sentence out of its interpretation is insane. That's just basically saying, I don't really care what the Constitution says. I'm just going to ignore parts of it I don't like. That's what the right-wingers, who are the judicial activists on the court, did in the case.
Cenk is a truly disgusting liberal. He is a very arrogant person whose ego is as fat as he is. It's sad that someone with 2 degrees can't act like a grown adult. The fact that nearly every video they post receives 50% likes and 50% dislikes shows that people are seeing through their liberal bullshit. If Donald Trump wins the election, the Young Turks will be forced into obscurity, which will be a blessing for everyone.